Hey everyone, welcome to your workout. Like we do with all of our workouts, we're going to begin with a warm-up, with kind of a priming or a practice of the movements that you're going to do for today's workout. If you'd like to join us, we're going to begin with some squats. And you'll see Maggie and I bouncing around a couple of different ways to do this. Sometimes we'll move up and down, sometimes we'll sit like we're doing now. We invite you to play around, smile a little bit. It's okay. You're going to get used to doing squats. That's the goal. You're warming up the muscles that you use for squats. And a reminder here is that as we're warming up, we're also getting a feel for things. If something doesn't feel good, if it feels a little painful, and that might happen day to day, by the way, change it up. It's okay to experiment. It's okay to change it up and try something else. Lunges, for instance. Okay. Same thing goes for our second exercise, which is our row. That's an upper body movement. And the goal here is to pull your elbows up towards the ceiling or back towards the wall. There's a couple of ways to do that. You'll see us today not using anything. We're still just warming those muscles up. We're checking in with our bodies, and we hope you do the same thing. Our third move is going to be a deadlift. And I always like to say this is really your practice in reaching down to the ground and then standing back up again. It's like you're picking something up off the floor. There's some knee bending, for sure. There's absolutely some hip bending. And I always like to tell people it's like you're pushing your hips backwards. It's like you're trying to touch the back wall. So again, play around with it. Iron out the wrinkles. If it feels good for you, keep going. If it doesn't, feel free to change it up. Now your last move is going to be a push. Now I almost always will default to push-ups here because you can kind of do them anywhere. But you don't have to do straight push-ups. You can do a down dog rep like I just did. Sometimes I do shoulder taps. Sometimes I do plank to push-ups. And if you're ever wanting options, always feel free to check out either the video that we're doing now, right? Pause it, fast forward, get some ideas, and then pull it back to where we're going to start, or check out some of our other videos. We've got lots of different options for you. The goal is, again, for you to have movements that you get to move well with. Okay. Here's where we're going to go ahead and get ready for our movements. I'll talk about the map, kind of how we're going to do this once we get started. Right now, the goal is for you to get what you need. Just know this, you're going to begin with your squat, and we are going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. All right, let's talk about what's going to happen here. You're doing your squat. You're going to do this for 30 seconds. Once that's done, you're going to have 15 seconds to breathe, and then you're going to do your squat again. Once that's done, we move on to the other exercises, but they all follow that same format. You're going to do every movement twice in a row. This is called straight sets, right? Twice in a row, each one for 30 seconds with a 15-second break in between. Round one is about to be done in 3, 2, 1. Excellent. First round of squats are done. Take a little breather. Take a breath. Good job. Think about how that felt. That was awesome. We're going to go again in 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're doing a maximum of 2 rounds of everything today. So again, this is it. This is your last time doing those squats. That being said, I do not need them to be perfect. We don't have to go any faster. We don't have to race to make it feel like exercise. This is kind of an introduction to this particular way of doing this workout. When we're getting a feel for it, we keep the sets low. We're only doing 2 rounds so that we don't get into, we'll call it bad habits, right? Routines that don't feel so good. The goal is just to pay attention to how you're moving. 3, 2, 1, and take a break. Nicely done. Okay, squats are done for the day. Your next move is going to be a row, and like we said, you're going to follow the same format. 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off, and you're going to do that for 2 rounds. All right? Get what you need, and remember, if we're ever moving too fast for you, pause the video. That's totally fine. It's totally okay to take whatever time you need. We're going to go in 4, 3, 2, 1. I thought I got ahead of myself. All right, here we go. Let's start those rows. Ideally, you're using both arms, but again, if you need to be creative and do one arm at a time, you can do that too. Your goal here is to look good and feel good, right? You got to feel for it, that warm-up round. Maybe we didn't have anything or we had something light. Now you're adding a little bit of resistance. I want you to start to think that this is exercise. It's starting to feel like there's something behind it here. 3, 2, 1. Great job on that first round. Again, you paid attention to how you felt, how you were moving. Keep that up. And as we get into our second round, we're going to try to dial it up a little bit. See if you can put a little more oomph on it. See if your form can get just a little bit better. You ready for it? 2, 1, begin. Second and final time of doing rows. Stay strong. Make sure you're looking good. Smile every once in a while, right? I joke about that, but I know there's some research that talks about if you're able to smile, it probably means that your form is doing good, right? If it's when you can't smile that you're probably working a little too hard. So it's okay. You can have a little fun here and there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job on finishing your second round. That was great. All right. Realize that we warmed up with that third move. Your deadlift is what's coming up next. So again, get whatever tool you need, take whatever time you need, but go ahead and get ready to do that awesome bend that we practiced. Now remember, you got to feel for it. Here's where you're still checking in with your body. And now that you're using weight, you just need to pay attention to how you're doing here. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. Deadlift up and down. Like we talked about at the beginning, it's your practice picking something up from the ground, probably literally here, right? Whether it's a kettlebell or a backpack or you're using a band, you do what you need to do. Whatever you're doing, stand up tall, stand up proud, and again, check in with your body. Are your feet and knees doing what they need to be doing? How do your hips and shoulders feel? Arms, head, neck, you doing good? Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Take a little break. All right, you've got 15 seconds. Again, if you need to snag a quick sip of water, you can. Most of the time, most people feel good just taking that breath. Reset, get your mind right. 3, 2, 1. Let's see those deadlifts. Down and up. 2 rounds today. Enough time for you to dial it up, get a better feel for it. Maybe enough time to start feeling like it's fatiguing. Maybe not, and that's okay. It doesn't have to feel that way today. I'm giving you permission. I like to think that as we're doing these workouts, as we ebb and flow throughout the month, that things can start a little easier, and then as you prep and kind of adapt, it gets harder. 3, 2, 1. There is always a method to the madness. Take a break here, right? We start easy so that we can build up, so that we can keep it reasonable. All right. So our last exercise is going to be our push. Like we've been doing in the past, your goal here is to take 2 rounds. You're going to move for 30 seconds at a time with a 15-second breather. Take whatever time you need to get set. When you're ready, we'll be ready to rock. 3, 2, 1. Let's see your push. Now, I'm going to do push-ups here. Maggie's going to take that backpack filled with weight, and she's going to do what's called a floor press. Both options can be great. You do what works for you. And just pay attention to how your body feels. Are your hands strong on the floor? Are they solid on the weight, whatever you're using? How about your feet, your hips, your knees? Are they doing what you want them to do? If the answer is yes, keep rolling. If the answer is no, change it up. It's worth it, I promise. 3, 2, 1. 15-second break. Y'all are close. You've got one more round, and then we'll do our final little stretch. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. Down and up. Keep it strong no matter what you're doing. Round 2 is about dialing it up a little bit, right? You're still paying attention to your form. You're still making sure that you look good, that you feel good. And with the last 15 seconds, get a little tighter. Get a little bit better than you were before. If you feel the need to take a little pause, take a little pause. That's okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Excellent. All right. We're so glad that you joined us for this kind of introduction. The first thing that we're doing with this new timing, with doing straight sets. We're really proud of you for doing that. All right. Here's the point where we do a little active recovery. And again, most of the time you'll see us doing some variation of down dog or where we're stretching our backside. And occasionally we will move into a different stretch. And again, these are always to help with our what we call our basic postures, especially for people that sit a lot. These are stretches that can help you feel loose and help you feel mobile and help you be capable and strong, right? Sometimes flexibility helps you be able to move better, and that's what we're working on right here. So if you want to do what we're calling our modified pigeon pose, again, you can always mimic what we're doing. If you're not quite sure about this one and you're thinking, I don't know how to do this, check out some of our other playlists. There's one titled specifically Flexibility or Mobility where we go through all of these stretches. in a slower way. We give you kind of the verbal cues for them so you can always find those out. And if you've got other flexibility drills or stretches that you're doing, from another specialist, maybe you've worked with some physical therapists, do those. This would be a great place to do those and include those. All right. Great job on your workout today. If you're following along with one of our programs and you know there's something else, this is your time to go ahead and wrap this exercise up, this video up, and get started with your next one. If, however, this is your first workout, thank you so much for joining us. We're so glad that you tried this out. Feel free to keep exploring our channel. We love that you are here, and we hope you have a great day. I'm going to let Maggie wrap us up.
Well, hey everyone, Maggie here. We would love for you to subscribe to this channel. We have a lot more workout videos with different focuses and different lengths of time that we would love for you to check out. And if you subscribe, you'll kind of always be in the loop on what we're coming up with. Thanks again for joining us, gang. Make it a great day.